Hi guys, Simon here from Attacking 8 Ball. In this series, we're going all around the country, ranking pub pool tables based on these criteria. Today we're at the Monk's Brook in Chandler's Ford. Let's go check it out. In this series, we'll be focusing on single game prices throughout. Obviously, some venues provide memberships, which can reduce the price of each game massively, but for sake of fairness, we'll only be comparing coin or card operated tables. Now, the standard price for a game of pool is £1, but here at the Monk's Brook, it's £1.50. Now, we know that famous saying, any less, no stress, any more, get out of the door, and for that reason, this scores a 4. I'm off, I'll see you later. There is a slight reprieve. They're going to score a 5 out of 10 here because it is free pool on a Monday. So that's definitely something to check out. Throughout the series, we're going to be scoring each set of balls on the following criteria: ball type, whether there's any damage, and cleanliness. So remember, if you want a high score, you better keep your balls clean. As for the balls, let's take a look. So, cheap Aramiths, again, they're not Pro Cups. They're dirty, they're not damaged, but yeah, they're not great. Score them a 6 out of 10. We'll also be scoring the triangle at each venue. The benefit of any good triangle is getting the balls as tight as possible for the best result on the break. The best triangle I've found for doing this is the Smart Rack. I've been using the Smart Rack for a while now, and it's consistently delivered better splits and less dry breaks. If you want to embody the Attacking 8 Ball spirit, pick yourself up a Smart Rack and give yourself the best chance to break and clear. Now, this is the worst triangle you can get when it comes to playing in a pub. The worst thing after this would be just not having a triangle in general. The problem with this type of triangle is what it does is it keeps the balls really tight together. So when you try and lift them up, you notice that the balls move and you can't really get a tight rack. You can't get a tight rack because the triangle's so tight. So when all the balls are loose like that, you're going to get a really bad break. For that reason, 4 out of 10, but you probably get a good better situation using your hands. Definitely not as good as a Smart Rack. As for the cues, we'll be marking them on the following: the tip, how straight it is, and if it's dented or broken. Obviously, the general standard of most pub cues is not great, so we'll be marking them with that in mind. We're not looking for the most expensive cues in the world. If you really want to improve, then you're going to need to get used to one cue and you're going to want to use it consistently. If you want the cue that I recommend, then check out the Master Cue, which you can find at ultimatepoolshop.com by clicking the link below. As for the cues, they're not great. They're about as bad as you can get. They're standard pub cues. They're not in great condition, they are slightly bowed, but you're getting a cue, which ultimately is the most important thing. Again, for that reason, I'm going to score these a 4 out of 10. Following on from cues, we'll be reviewing the chalk at each venue. The importance of chalk cannot be understated. It helps prevent miscues and allows you to grip the white, allowing you to get more spin and better control of the cue ball. If you want the best type of chalk, I personally recommend Town V10. As for the chalk, it's called Billiard Pro. Never heard of it. It looks terrible. Probably is terrible. 4 out of 10 again. Joe, can I go home? Right, so following on from the chalk, we're going to be looking at the cloth and rating it on 2 factors: how damaged it is and how well maintained it is. So overall, the top frame is pretty clean, but as you can see from the cloth, this green speed cloth, it's not ripped, but it's got quite a few stains. People putting their pints on the table, so it's not great. For that reason, 6 out of 10. Next, we're going to be reviewing the space around each table. As a general rule of thumb, you want 5 foot around each side of the table. So for a 6 foot by 3 foot table, that would mean you'd need 16 by 13 foot of space. We're obviously not going to use a tape measure to go around each side of the table because that might look a little bit strange. So what we're going to be using is a cue at the venue to go around the edge of the table, and every time you hit an object, you lose 1 point. Joe, cue the music. So unless you're using a kids queue, in no environment should you be charging £1.50 for a game of pool where you have to be playing against the wall. So for that reason, we're going to score it a 3 out of 10 for the space around the table. Oh, and I'm talking quietly because I don't want to get beaten up by anyone. The last item on the checklist for scoring each venue is the roll on the table. To do this, we're going to be hitting a ball up the length and the width of the table to determine how much it rolls off. We're also going to be lining up 2 object balls tight against a rail and hitting them pocket weight to see if they roll off. Based on these, we'll then be giving it a score out of 10. All right, let's check out the roll on the table. So as for the roll on the table, definitely rolls off when you're playing across the table, but when you're coming down the rails, it's straight on one side. You get close to this corner pocket and it does start to roll off a little bit. It's not terrible overall, but it's not great. Score it a 5 out of 10. All right, so the ultimate test, can I get a breaking clearance on this table? Let's see. God, Joe, just cut this video. I'm done. All right, so let's see if we can improve the break, because I'm not happy with that. Get rid of that bad triangle. Let's hit it with the smart rack, and let's see what happens. All right, the white went in, but look at the split. All right, so in summary, the Monk's Brook, really nice pub. The locals seem really nice. As for the pool table, £1.50 a game. It's extortionate, especially for the equipment that you get and the space that you've got around the table. It's just not good enough. So this is the type of table that we really want to get people trying to fix and be people aware of avoiding. So hopefully pubs take note. If your table is like that, you're going to score low. As for me, I'm off. I'm done. See you later.
You're supposed to give me a lift.
I'm getting the bus. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. We've got a lot more on the way. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you would rate this venue and tell me where you want me to review next. And who knows, you might see me at your local pool establishment. If you want to pick up any of the products that were mentioned in this video with a bit of a discount and become a more attacking and well-rounded player, then click the first link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.